For those of you that are watching this not as alive, we're gonna work Hotlips today. Hopefully get her to where I can open and close gates on her. Gonna use her tomorrow. Hi there. Hi Maddie. That's right, I always forget. How are you today? Nice. Hi Buckarette. Hi Denise, honey, and mom. What'd you cook, Maddie? Hey. All right. Fish sounds good. Hi Nora. Hi James. Thanks for the sub, Brennan. How are you guys all doing tonight? Everybody have a good Saturday? We got Hotlips here. This will be her 6th ride. I don't know. I don't know how far along we'll get with her tonight, but we're gonna do some sorting in the alley and moving some cows around and stuff tomorrow here at the home place, and I'm gonna use her. So I thought I'd ride her in the corrals this evening and kind of tune on her and try and get her to where maybe she kind of understands how to work a gate. That's a big step from where she's at. We might not make it that far. If she takes everything in stride and picks up everything real quick, we'll make it that far. And if we get to a real hard spot and we get her work through it, we'll quit her right there for the night. There's always tomorrow. So, but she's just a 3-year-old this year, so I don't want to ride her that hard. Kinsley, her name is Hotlips. Hotlips Houlihan. But she's just a 3-year-old, so I don't want to ride her that hard this year, but I want to get some good rides on her this fall. Get her to where she's seen kind of a little bit of everything, and then I'll give her a couple months off over the winter. But she's done really, really well for me in everything I've asked her to do so far, so hopefully that pattern continues. Yeah, Cameron, training on her. She's just a 3-year-old. This is her 6th ride. I use a rider and a hackamore. Hey, absolutely right. Spread plays, long live Cowboys. For sure. Can't beat that. Cameron, I'm gonna try and teach her to, we'll see how far we get, but the idea is that by the end of the evening I'll be able to open and shut a gate a horseback with her. I don't know if we'll make it that far, but we're gonna try. We'll take it in small steps, and as long as she does good, we'll keep going further with her. If she gets real stuck on something, we'll work her through that, and we'll make sure, and we'll quit her for the night in a good spot though. I'll ride her again tomorrow, working some cows. Kinsley says, do you have a whole farm? I work for a ranch, so don't own it, just work for it. She is a pretty girl, Cameron. I'll get her fly mask off. I'll let you guys see her face. But we are going to go over into that set of working pens. Hi, Brandon. Thank you. Hi, Sarah. Oh, thanks, Kinsley. They're about the best boots on the market these days. Actual good riding boots are hard to find. Most cowboy boots now are just Western style sneakers. Doing good, Sarah. Doing good. How are you doing? Oh yeah, I stay away from the barrel horses, Cameron. That's my wife's department. So this gate that I'm at here, my favorite thing about ranching is not living in town. This gate right here is the one I'll end up working. I'm gonna let her mill about here for just a second. I'll kind of show you guys a layout of these corrals. I'm using this specific gate for a reason. Jay, Jesus saves. Amen, brother. Take the phone here. Do you team rope? I did in high school, Brandon. Now I do a little bit of ranch roping competitions, and I rope for my job. So I'll show you guys this corral. That's the gate I'll be working her on right there once we get there. It hinges on the side closest to me, and that's really important because she's not wadded up in a corner then. Like the gate behind it, it opens and shuts in that corner. It's way easier for a horse to learn to get a gate where they don't have to flex their neck and get stuck in that corner. Also, this is a pen inside of a pen. It's the inside-most pen in the set of corrals. And say I get that gate open and something happens and I get bucked off, she can't get away. I mean, worst case is she gets out into this pen here and hangs out by a trailer. So it's a pretty safe environment for her. Pretty safe environment for me. Do you ride bulls? No, Brandon, I rode bareback horses in high school and college, but never saw the point of getting on a cow. Hi, Irish. Michelle, I don't really know how big the ranch is in total. I just work for them. I've seen most of it, but not all of it. Okay, guys, I'm going to set the phone. Let me try and get it set here good. Try and set the phone right there. I will try and do most of this in frame with her. Occasionally, I imagine I will be out of frame. And then when I start working on the gate, I'll turn the phone a little bit. We never rode horses with saddles. How do you dally your rope? Hi, Nunez. All right. All right, Kinsley, thanks for stopping by. I'll try and answer all your guys' questions and stuff as I work her. But of course, there's going to be some times where I got to pay attention to her, and chat might move on. And I'll miss a question or two. And for that, I'm sorry. Just post it again. I try to interact with chat as much as I can during these live streams. That's why I make it a live stream instead of a video. Heck more on here. One thing I do different than a lot of guys is these young horses, I don't flag them around a ton. I'll draw my cinch up tight and then move her out just a few circles. Get this phone standing right. Move her out just a few circles and then go to work. Because a lot of guys, in my opinion, will cover up holes in their training just by having the horse tired. And if you got, let's see, this is all twisted. If you got a horse that's not, you can't do anything with them when they're not tired, well then you gotta have a tired horse all the time. Cameron, I'm in Nevada, northern Nevada. And in this part of the world, you can't have a tired horse all the time because we got too many miles to ride. So I need them to be able to behave themselves when they're not super tired. So like I said, I'm going to take her out here and just jib her in a few circles, and then I'll climb on her and we'll see what she remembers from last ride. And I will keep trying to circle back over by my phone here and interact with chat as I give her a break. Hi Lily, good to see you here. Cameron's in Texas. Red Robin from the East, how are you? Thanks, Red Robin. All right, that's all the more circles I do. Write English? I've never tried to write English. I imagine it gives you a pretty good center of balance. Bend her around to each side here from the ground. Just make sure she's paying attention to me. Okay, I'm not asking her to move right now, just asking her to flex. So I need her nose, not her hips. I don't want her moving her feet right now. So I'm going to hold my pressure until she stops here. Okay, she gave to me right there. My favorite color of horse? I don't know. I've had good ones of each color, and I've had dinks of all colors. Okay, now the second step, I'll ask her to give to me again, and I'll take my hand and I'll just push on her ribs right where my heel would be when I'm on her, and that should ask her to move her hip away from me. Gives her nose, a little bit of pressure with my hand. She moves that hip away. Perfect. What I want to see right there. No, not yet, mare. She's really wanting to move her hips a lot on this side rather than just flex. Probably be the first thing I work on when I step on her. Okay. That's all I need to get on one. It's just that give to either side, because you can one rein stop them. You can get them where you need to go. It's pretty rudimentary, but it's the foundation of everything. Lily just went to a show. Cool deal. I hope you did good. Okay. Same thing now that we're up here. Bend her around to the right. Move her off my hip. Bend her around this way to the right, I guess. Okay. We'll get to moving out here. Just asking her to flex, not asking her to move. Good. So all this filly has right now is a one rein stop. That means I can pull one rein and bend her around and circle around until she stops. One of the first things I need to do in order to be able to work gaits on her is I need to get her 2-rein stop. So all I'm going to do now to start that 2-rein stop is, instead of bending her with 1 rein to a stop, I'll take 1 rein and I'll pull it across her like so. You can see how that makes her want to touch her shoulder. You do that on either side several times and they learn the different feeling at hackamore, and then you can transfer that into stopping with the 2-rein. You can't see it right there, but she kind of put her head down for me, which is just the exact right answer. A little bit of play on that hackamore, she backs up. She's got a lot of feel normally, or naturally rather. So I'm just going to create some motion, and then I will try and stop her where you guys can see it. Okay, I'll ride up. Just 1 rein stop, bringing her across. You can see it stopped her pretty nice. Okay, we'll switch directions with her. Excuse me. Do you have knee rolls on this? Okay. On this saddle, I have, yeah, I have buck and swells. This is a borrowed saddle. I usually don't ride with them though. You can see she's picking that up super quick. She figures out when I feel that rein on my neck and the hackamore pulls on me, I get to stop and take a break. Melvin, no, this is Hotlips, the 3-year-old. So you can see I got a step backwards there. I didn't expect to get much of that right now, but she gave it to me. Thanks, Ollie. Thanks, Lily. She's a sweetheart. So I'm constantly just going to go back to bending her and keep going back to the basics. Okay. I'm going to actually step off her. I'm going to put you guys in a different corner. Now that there's some shade on this corner, you'll be able to see a lot more of this pen. When we first showed up, there wasn't, and the phone would have been looking right into the sun. So for right now, until we start, oops, just killed my tripod. It's dead. Until we start, until I start working this gate, I'll put you guys here. Lily, her name's Hotlips. Okay. I'm gonna trot her around a little bit now and make sure I still have that same stop at a trot. Okay, she was a little bit hard to get to move out to trot around in there. She's in this little pen. She don't like it. When I rode her outside out in the desert a couple weeks ago, and she had some place to go when she hit a trot, she really went a lot better. She just wants to look at things and stuff. Not really in a hurry with her. Biggest thing right now that we kind of got this one rein stop is I want to put a little bit of a back into her now. Yeah, James, she liked to get out and hit a high trot. She really was happy about that. You can see that in that last video or not last video I posted. Maybe it was well, whatever it was, the Hotlips first day of work or something. She hit that trot out in that brush and was pretty happy about it. But now I want to try and take that one rein stop and hold it just a little bit and just get one step backwards. She knows on the ground how to back up to this hackamore. Hi, Solomon. So now I need her to understand that same feeling on that hackamore means to back up, even though I'm on her back and not standing next to her. So. So I might have been off screen there where we stopped, but she did stop. She gave me a few steps back, but she didn't do it very straight. So I need to make real sure and keep her what I like to call inside of my reins, and that's her hips and her shoulders. Whether she's going forward or backwards, if she's pushing outside of my reins or whatever, I need to correct that and keep her inside of my hands and working in a straight line, because that'll transfer once we get to doing bigger things faster. It'll be more easier for her to be correct about them. So let's go over here. Okay, I'm gonna give her a minute here. You guys saw that. Hey, Billy, stand here like I asked you. She wants to go do something. She says, "To hell with being in school." If she'll stand here like I asked her to, give her just a second. Go ahead. Mosquitoes are kind of picking on her. I don't know if the camera can show that or not. Hey, you're all right. Really? But as I was trying to say there, now relax right here. She stopped and she gave me a couple steps right in a straight line right between my reins, just like I thought. Hey, quit walking off. She needs to learn to stand here even though she really don't want to. So we'll just kind of work on this for a minute. So what I like to do, I like to find something that they kind of don't want to do and help them work through doing it for me. Lily and Nunez, I've got 10 horses here. Well, right here, I've just got her, but back at the house I've got 10, or 9 rather. She's doing pretty good now. All right, I'm gonna go work her on backing just a hair more. Very good. Okay, I think she's at a point we can start kind of playing with this gate a little bit. I'm gonna set you guys right on the far side of it here like this. That's the latch that, yeah, James, she really wants to move. So this is the latch. Well, I'm gonna actually, she wants to make a nice little mare. Yeah, Melvin, we'll get below 0 Fahrenheit. We'll have winter and get snow and all that miserable crap. Lily, I do use spurs. I don't on my Colts. Okay, so that's a pretty good shot there. Yeah, Russell, she's a filly. She's a 3-year-old filly. First thing I want to do with her is I just want to get her up next to the gate and stand there, calm, flat-footed, and not trying to walk off or eat or paw the ground or anything. So she'll probably run me into the gate a few times. At this stage, I really don't care. Not too worried about it, but we'll see. Once I get her to where she'll slide up to that gate and get her hip over parallel with the gate. I don't like getting gates when the horse's hip is swung away from the gate and you got to lean forward, and that causes problems. You can get dropped down pretty good. What else am I going to try and focus on here? I'll rattle the chain and stuff, and I'll make sure she doesn't walk off, especially when I rattle that chain. There's nothing worse than when you're trying to open or shut a gate and you rattle the chain or the latch or whatever, and the horse hears it and wants to walk off. So we just won't start that habit. So I'll try and speak up. If you guys can't hear me, let me know. The phone's a little bit further away. Okay, get her stopped here. Come on, back up now. Good. Right here, I can work this gate from here. If she wants to drift out, I'm just going to put her back over by it. And all this is I'll pull her front end over. Right there, look at that. And then I'll use my foot to bump her hips over to it. And the horse will learn naturally to side pass. A lot of guys intentionally put a side pass into a horse. I just use a gate to do it. So I'm going to rattle this gate, use some outside foot pressure to keep her on it. Good, right here, boom, right there. Move this gate, let her see that we're moving it. Okay, she kind of wants to walk away. Just circle her around here. Okay, now I'll take her and bring her over on this other side here. A little stuck on this side, so we're going to work this side here a while. There, that's what I want. She gets real stuck, we'll just untrack her and try it again. Okay, kind of try and pull her back over towards it here. Okay, she's about a 45-degree angle from it. Come on. It's a lot to ask a young horse like this to work those diagonals in herself. She knows how to do it naturally when she wants to, when she's playing or something, but she doesn't know what I'm asking yet. Okay, that's better. She didn't want to drift away from it. I'm still more than an arm's length from that gate, but she didn't want to fool around. Okay, pull on me. Okay, I'm a lot closer to this gate. I'm a little bit too far ahead from where I asked her to stop. So this comes into having that backup we showed her a little bit earlier. Ask her to back up that one step. Now I'm in a spot where I can work this gate facing this direction. Especially on young horses, I don't like to work the gate facing opposite the way it swings like this. But I do want to make sure and line her up to something on my right side as well as my left. So let her stand here, see we move that. Make sure that she realizes that that's us causing this gate to swing. Yeah. Oh. Okay, and then we'll ride her away and let her have a release here. Do that. Okay. She's got it pretty good on this side. You can't see it, but just to that side of the gate there is some weeds, and she doesn't quite want to put her feet and stuff in those weeds. So she's being that's I think why she's being a little sticky to that side. Okay, I'll ask her to put her hip over to it here, right there. Well, it's kind of over to it. Okay. Okay, she realizes that's us moving it. She's turning around smelling it right now. Okay, pretty good. Earlier when I said it, I'll ride her away and let her have that release. A release doesn't always mean a lack of motion. A release in the instance here is that we're going to go away from this gate and let her do something else for just a little bit before we come back to it. can see this time she lined up quite a bit better on it. I'm going to try and bring her over to it here. Make her walk right in those weeds. Good. Ooh. So I'm still a little bit further away from it. I'd like to really be able to touch it with my stirrup. I see you guys posting questions in the chat. I can't read it from this far away. Give me just a few more circles around her, around here. Let her get lined up on either side like this again. And I'll step off and let her have a couple minutes. And I'll come over and read chat with you guys. Pretty good there. Lines up real good on this side. Gets distracted, swats at bugs, wants to step away, but it wasn't me asking her to step away, so I ain't gonna let her. There. Okay, you're all right. Good. Now she's got me real close. If I can get one step here, one step forward, without swinging her hip out. She really wants to travel, wants to cover country, wants to go see and do stuff. This is a little bit boring for her, I think. Okay. Okay, we're really going to focus now here on keeping her in this tight little circle here and really moving her hip over. And then I'll just do the same thing right by the fence here. I'll keep some pressure with my outside foot. She's got me pretty close to this gate here. Bring her a step back. There we go. And then a step forward. That whole time was just pressure with that outside foot, and I can kick that gate. She's got me right close to it, right there, where she didn't want to stand when we started this. So I'm going to step off her right here and give her a big release, give her a couple minutes here. Okay, now I don't care now if she walks off or swats at bugs, as long as she don't start rolling on the ground with my saddle. She might just want to stand right there. Thank you, James. That's exactly what a release is for her. 100% right. She really wants to move out, and it's a good, for her, it seems like it's a good reset, where for some horses, stopping that motion's a good reset. Makes me pretty happy how she just wants to stand right here when I do step off of her. Yeah, Nunez, the horse is a girl. Hi, Antone. Moment to absorb what they just experienced. Exactly, Russell. Lily, if you're still here, it was good having you. I appreciate it. Oh, Nunez, I appreciate that. Yeah, Russell, the mosquitoes are pretty bad out right now. I don't know if the camera's picking them up. But she definitely was fighting the hackamore there. That's about the most pressure I've really ever put on her, in terms of commands coming quickly after one another. If you've watched any of my videos that I've posted about working my young horses, the way I like to explain it is one command at a time, basically, even if it takes like a foot and your hand to make that command. And then you chain that with another command, and the more experience the horse gets, the more commands you can chain together and the more quickly you can do so. So with her, when she really goes to fighting that hackamore like that, I'm overloading her, but you don't grow inside your comfort zone. You have to overload them just a little bit, in my opinion. James, yeah, you're right. These half drafts, these warm blood crosses, they're so relaxed. Welcome back, Lily. Logan, shut up. How are you doing, buddy? I hope everything's good in Iowa, my friend. Haven't talked to you in a long time. It's good to see you. But yeah, I do start colts better than I ride bareback horses. Connor, this is a filly. She don't have a sheath, but that's a pretty important thing to do. With a one-eyed horse, could you tell me how to lunge on the blind side? Horse lover, I have never dealt with a one-eyed horse. I have no experience with that, but I would imagine that your audio cues, kissing or clucking or something like that, would be really important, to keep their, because they have to hear you at that point. I mean, the horse knows where you are in its mind, but they have to hear you to know what you're asking. So I would think audio cues, and really pronounce it would be my guess. Like when you want them to go, say you kiss to them, that's your cue. Constantly keep kissing to them, that'll reassure them. And then when you want them to stalk, make a big verbal whoa or something like that. Can you show us how to mount a horse? Yeah, Evie, I can show you that in just a second. I'm giving her a little bit of a break right now. Nunez, I do have a dog. He's laying down right there. His name is Ollie. I've had him for 8 or 9 years. He lunges on his good side. Horse lover, I imagine that he'd figure it out. Maybe start the process in a round pen. That way he can use that fence, and you don't have to be on his face, so to speak, to keep him off of it. So, okay, Evie, I'll show you how to mount a horse here. Can you sing? I can't even pronounce that, Naro Salvatore. I can't even pronounce that, so I probably can't sing it. Guys, I'm going to set you right about here this time. And I hope I don't train wreck the camera and step on my phone and all that. I think that I've got her to a point where I can start stepping through this gate. How to stop and move him while mounting. I'll show you guys both that. Where are we at here? Okay, can you guys hear me from there? Maybe not. Okay, so if you guys can hear me, quit. When you go to mount one, I'm going to turn her real quick to where you can see what I'm doing. Okay? Stand up by their shoulder. Rotate your stirrup. Throw your foot in it. Use your knee a little bit here and then it comes all at once there. And the correct way is up by their shoulder. Now, hey. To stop them moving when you get on, keep your reins short. Your hand has to move a couple inches to make contact with their face is all you need. If your reins are way long and you go to get on, you end up here, you can't stop them. So I'm gonna circle her around. I'm gonna ride her back facing this direction. If I can get her to go through that gate once each direction, I'll quit her for the night right there. It's probably not gonna happen that quick and that smooth, but that's my goal. Okay, I want her, I can reach that chain from here, but I want it right about even with her shoulder. Okay, it's unlatched. I'm just gonna back her up now. I'm gonna push this gate open, and I'm gonna let go of it. I don't do that on my broke horses, but I'm gonna do it on her. I'm gonna ride out for just a minute and let her move around and give her a release now. Okay, we're coming back up on the other side of this gate. Ride her up close to it. I'll get her hip over a little bit if she'll let me. It's a lot to ask of her right now. Okay, allows me to swing that gate. Some horses will naturally want to follow this gate. She doesn't. She's kind of fighting me here. I know you guys can't see it. I'm sorry. Bring this gate shut a little bit more. Okay, got it right there. I'm gonna try and keep a hand on this gate now. Hey, mare. I need her to step over. She's a little bit too far away for me. Come on. Right there. Okay, that's pretty good. Ooh, I just need you to stand here now. Reach through. I'm gonna chain this. I'm gonna make more noise with that latch than I would normally. And then just pet her. Let her know she did good for me. Russell, I see you got a bunch of writing there. I can't quite read it right now. I'm gonna ride her off, let her have a little release again here for a minute, and then I'll come back through. I'll go through that gate the other way. I'll get it shut, and that'll be the end of her night. She's come a long way so far tonight. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Oh, she likes this bigger pen. She can trot around a little bit. Put her right back in her spot. Look how good she stopped right there for me. She says, I know what that gate is right there. Hold on. Take one step back. Okay, sister, you ready? You got to be close to that gate so I can touch it. She's starting to figure this out, okay? Now I'm just going to back her straight up here. Push her through. Look at that. Well, hey, you thinking about it. You want to walk through there. Move your hips over. There you go. Hey, don't you run me into that. No, you're not gonna let her walk through it pulling on me like that, so I'll just back her up here. She wanted to go straight through that gate, which was excellent, but she was pulling on me to do so. You don't pull on my hands. So now I'll ride her through it. Good job, sweetheart. I'll give her that release. I'll let her walk around a bit again. Okay, I'm gonna slide up. I'm gonna start on closer to the hinge side of the gate. I'm gonna add outside foot pressure and ride her up to our spot again we've been working on. She stepped away with her front end. I need to get her close, not disengaged from that gate, right there. Okay, again, I'll shut it. I'll make more noise with that latch than I need to. And she doesn't want to walk off. I'm gonna quit her right there, guys. You just stand right there. So it was pretty rough, considering how a bridle horse gets a gate. But she came a long way tonight. I'm super happy with her. Yeah, James, I'm done with her. Okay, I'm gonna go back up through chat here. Let's see. Okay, Justine, hang out with the old boy in Cali. One day you may make a cowman out of him. Yeah, I'm going to Cali here in a couple days. We're gonna drive all night, work all day, and drive all night home. It's gonna be fun. We got some yearlings that need branded over there. It's gonna be a fast, hard trip on us, but I'll make sure and get video footage of that for you guys. Yeah, Evie, you have to keep your reins short to keep them from moving forward when you get on them. Like I said, if you got those reins in your hand and you can pick it up 2 or 3 inches and make contact with their mouth or their face, that's what you want, because that little bit of movement on your part does not affect your balance. Where if you have to pull your hand way up here, you can see just in me, I had to throw my shoulders back. Your balance is off. Not a big deal. Evie, yeah, Hotlips, she can trot around. She doesn't like to trot in this little pen. I have a video posted to her that I posted a week or 2 ago. Her 5th ride was out in the desert, and she found her trot, and she loved to move out. Nunez, what's your favorite snack? Beef, man, beef. Russell, my channel is monetized. I make about $100 American a month off it. The best way to support me is if you're in the Western industry yourself. One of my side hustles is I sell some ropes and spur straps and merch like that. That's at rubucknevada.com. That buying stuff there, you can get like merch hats, like they got my logo and stuff like that, and coffee mugs that got the different horses on them. Hotlips there, she probably just, we'll see how she does tomorrow, but she might have just earned her own coffee mug. But that's how I try and make a little bit of money off of this. Of course, there's always the super chats and stuff like that, and all that sort of stuff. I just enjoy sharing the knowledge and sharing my life because it's so different and stuff like that. Evie says, how do you make the horse back up? Yeah, we just push clutch in on a horse. Reverse is up and to the left. No, I'm just kidding. The way I ride my horses, I'll put more weight in the seat of my saddle, and then I'll rock that hackamore on the bridge of their nose when they're this young and ask them to back up. Let's see, I think you were doing good. I'm not sure the horse likes to saw that much. AF barrel racing. Yeah, she's real young, real green. That's the most pressure I've ever put on her with that hackamore on, and she definitely was fighting it. As she gets experience and understands more, she'll fight it a lot less. Let's see, where are we at? Can you do more today? No, Abigail, I need to let her rest there. I just put a whole bunch of stuff in her mind. I can't overload her, which I probably did anyways. Hi, Boofa from Australia. James, Bucking K, yeah, Michael Clausen, friend of mine. Let's see, are you all done for today? Abigail, I'm going to let her mill around and talk on chat here a little bit, and then I'll take her over to the horse trailer over there, and then unsaddle her and stuff, and I'll bring you guys along for that. John Joe, how do I become country? You just get out of the city. No, that's okay, Abigail. Don't stress, there'll be more live streams, and all of that good stuff. I appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, I've got quite a bit more pets than that. Nunez, I've got just a few cows, and then I got another dog at home. She's healing up. We just had to amputate one of her legs because she broke it. So she's on kennel rest right now. And then my wife's got a cat and some chickens and 2 sheep, stuff like that. So, Bindi Boo, thank you. Hi, Wayne. How are you doing? Country life's a pretty good life. Yeah, she was dang sure. Let's see, I'm gonna turn you guys this way. I'm trying to get the last little bit of light. She was dang sure fighting this hackamore a little bit today. But as you guys saw, as she figured out more as to what I was asking her to do, she would quit fighting it less. And that's, I mean, you kind of got to think of it from her point of view. That's the 6th time I've ever rode her. And I've always been real slow with cues coming one right after another. And then we taught her a couple different things right at the start of the day today, and then started adding those cues all together at that gate. So yeah, her mind was pretty overloaded there for a little bit. But just like I said earlier, you can't grow inside your comfort zone. So I expected that out of her. I made a point not to fight with her when she would do that. I would just quietly keep asking her to do whatever I was asking her to do. And then when she gave me the right answer, I would give her a release and a reward for it. Evie says, wish me luck. I have a horse jumping show. Oh, that's awesome, Evie. I've never done any form of jumping. It looks like it takes a hell of a balance and a hell of a seat. I do wish you luck. You'll have to let me know how it goes for you. Thank you, Russell. I appreciate that. I'm real happy with her. How much of the channel have you seen, Russell? I have 2 full siblings to her. One's a year younger. We just saddled him for the first time last week. And 2 years younger than her. He's a yearling this year. And then I have one that's a year older and a 4-year-old, and I roped off of him at the Buck Brannaman Pro-Am. Abigail, I don't know when I'll go live again. I try and post videos Tuesday and Friday. Are you doing a live stream tomorrow? I might try and do something in the evening tomorrow. But odds are probably not, because we're going to have a kind of a busy day at the ranch here tomorrow. Which will be next Friday's video. So yeah, Russell, first time, welcome to the channel. Like I said, I do have 2 full siblings to her. She is half Clydesdale, half quarter horse. I will, let me see, how do I want to do this? In the video The video I posted about saddling Trapper John, in the description of that video is a link to where you can get in contact with the folks that own the Clydesdale stud that she's out of. I can't say enough good things about them. All three of them have just awesome dispositions. Oh my goodness. Adios, Evie. I appreciate that, Russell. But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna gather a bunch of cows, pull the calves off them, vaccinate the calves through the alleyway and the chute, and then truck them over to a different pasture. And I'm gonna take her for that, which is why I wanted to get her a little bit of knowledge about working a gate. The nice thing about where I work is it's not a ram jam outfit. I can ride a really young horse in the alley sorting cows on an easier day like tomorrow, and the ranch owners they just love it. You know, they think it's great. So she's gonna have a big day tomorrow. And I knew I didn't have quite what I needed on her to get around through the corrals tomorrow. So I think now she does. She'll sleep on me better. Ollie says, "Good night, Mom. I'll give you a call tomorrow. Thank you." This is my first time seeing a horse. Well, say hello, Hotlips. Hotlips, you gotta pay attention. Say hello. Yep, I will be recording that, Abigail. Everything that happens tomorrow will be on Friday's episode. Tuesday night, I'm not sure. I might go live. If I don't have a recorded video for you guys Tuesday night, I will. Let me think. Tuesday, I'll have to have a recorded video for you guys because I'll be driving all night Tuesday night. So there'll be a video Tuesday about something. Yeah, Russell, I enjoy it myself. It's always good to be around like-minded people. Maddie, chickens and a rooster. You guys getting a bunch of eggs? We're getting a bunch of eggs. Nunez, I haven't even thought about dinosaurs. Really. She knows she's done. She knows she did good. Let's see, turn this in. Alright, set you guys right about there. Rodrigo, that's 100% it. We never stop getting better. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to put a number on it. But I'd have to say I cowboyed professionally, which is 10 hours a day, 6 days a week in the saddle. I cowboyed professionally for probably 5 years before I was on a horse that I started myself and brought all the way up into being a handy horse that I could do something on, and really was happy with how he turned out. Nunez, yeah, horses are my favorite. I love my horses. I dang sure messed some up in the process learning, and I was around some good people off and on that some of them were open to teach me, and some of them I just had to observe and learn. So it was kind of it was a long process, like I said, and 100% again, like you said, you always need to be trying to learn something, to do different, to do better, because I mean, nobody knows it all. There was only one man that knew it all, and he lived 2,000 years ago, died on a cross, rose again, and he'll be back. But until then, I'm just keep trying to learn and be better. And there's still things in every... Oh, Rodrigo, yeah, that's cool. My suggestion, if you've never started one on your own, is find somebody, not that you want to copy per se. Hey, thank you, Russell. Audio silly. Find somebody not that you want to copy per se, but somebody who you would like to learn their ways, and then just flat ask them, hey, do you have time? Is there a way? Could I apprentice? Could I hang out? I mean, just, you know how they say if you hang around 3 millionaires, you'll be the fourth. Be around the kind of horse people that you want to be. That's the best advice I can give. Don't ever be scared to ask questions, and always try and learn something from somebody, whether they're handier than you or not, even if you learn what not to do. And don't be scared to step outside of your comfort zone. When I was in high school, I was rodeoing and cowboying, but I went and rode cutting horses for a couple months just to learn a different way. Hi, Mick and Mac. How are you? How's Billy doing? Mick and Mac have one of my horses, not a half draft, but they bought a quarter horse from me a couple years ago. Billy's, that's awesome. Yeah. Look forward to hearing how it goes for you, Rodrigo. She's really loving barrels and should be entering her first race by spring. Thank you, Rodrigo. That's a friend of mine's saddle I'm borrowing. It's a Tips saddlery out of Winnemucca. I normally ride a 5/8 single rig saddle, but it doesn't fit the half drafts very well. So I ride my half drafts in that for the way. Mick and Mac, you let me know. Send me a text message when you enter a race on her, and I will do everything I can to be there and cheer for you guys. As long as you're not, going way far away. Maybe I'll get a hair and I'll enter the same race on Rush and we'll see what happens. What is your favorite movie? Oh gosh. Not a movie, but my favorite TV series is MASH. Local for now. Oh, perfect. Yeah, let me know for sure. We'll come out and support you. Quit, Mare. Hotlips. Hey. You'll just complain if you don't have your fly mask on. You know that. So. Oh yeah. Terry Mack, we're just shutting her down. We rode Hotlips for about an hour and got a little bit of direction put in her and got some Got a gate open and shut, went through it both ways. So we're just shutting her down, Terry. How was your day today? We're gonna pre-vac some calves tomorrow, Terry. So we'll take Hotlips and it'll be an inside gather, and then I'll use her to peel the calves off the cows in the alley. Just go real slow with her and see how she does, and then load some trailers with her and stuff tomorrow. So I wanted to make sure that she kind of had a real rough idea how to get around the gates. Not bad, bunch of water gap fencing and cattle guards. Yeah, it's that time of year again. You guys get your mountain clean or not quite yet? Sorting heifers Monday, perfect. Like 10. Oh yeah, remnants. Deke, I'm in northern Nevada. Melissa, yep, she's a pretty good girl. I really enjoy her. Mick and Mac, I think Hotlips might be for sale next year. She's gonna have a pretty good little price tag on her though, but if you start smoozing the hubby now, I bet he'll buy her. You ready, Ollie? All right, guys. Any final thoughts or questions? I'm gonna head home and get some supper. I gotta bale hay for a couple hours yet tonight. Come on, get in the truck. Ooh, Hotlips would make a great mount for Robbie. Yep, Ollie or Nunez, she's real safe in there. As long as people don't get in front of me and cut me off and make me slam on my brakes. But I try to keep a lot of distance between me and the car in front of me. And hopefully people are decent drivers. So, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate everybody watching. And like I said, I'll have a video of some sort about something for you Tuesday. And then on Friday will be the video of Hotlips' day tomorrow. So, other than that, you guys enjoy your evening too. Appreciate you guys. See you around.